What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Takes. No music
Welcome
today.
back.
How's it?
No music today. Well, we got some interesting things to talk about. We're going to hit on the Padres trade rumors. I kind of want to talk about DeGrom and his injury rumor and
That's
just
gonna be fire.
a couple more things going on in baseball.
We're 7 days out, boys.
We're
If
a
you're not
week
ready,
away
you
from
better get ready.
spring training being over, opening day starting. I'm so excited. Baseball is back. It
Yes,
is
sir.
ready to boom. And so
Almost
are the
into
Padres.
facts.
Padres. Spring training has started, and there's been some surprises, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's been some surprises. I think CJ Abrams has surprised the world the way he's played so far. And I am expecting him to be ready for opening day with the San Diego Padres in major leagues.
Also,
I gotta
Jorge
trust my sources
Alfaro.
on that one.
I don't know. I don't know my sources.
No, I gotta trust mine. Mine said
Oh.
Abrams was a beast.
Yeah, your source did say Abrams is the real deal, coming from a non-Padres source.
Whoa, dude.
It's not. I mean, it's facts. There's 30 other teams. But CJ Abrams, he's batting a 308 in spring right now. He has. I'm considering 3 bombs, like the one went foul, but whatever. Bombs.
A moonshot.
Three RBIs, what should be 4. 871 on base percentage. Like, I know these are small margins, but hey, you're putting him in the starting lineup with the big league club. He's getting reps at short, second. I've been hearing some center field from Padres reporters, writers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But they're hinting kind of at center field, but I need CJ on this ball club. There's room for him.
If he plays outfield, that would be perfect.
I wouldn't be mad
he
at
would
it.
play every day.
Yeah. If
I mean, at this point, you're a young dude. You're a young cat. You're gonna play anywhere you can play on the major league team. Like, that's got to be your mindset. You cannot be stubborn being a 21-year-old like prospect.
Especially when you got Tatis on your team.
You've literally been training your whole life though to get to this moment. You got to be playing anywhere the team needs you. If I want to be here, this is what I have to do. Then I'm gonna do it no matter what. I hope that's CJ Abrams' mindset. He seems like that type of dude. Hopefully Bo Mel messes with him, because all that will do for him is, he can play outfield too. More money in 5-6 years when he's gonna need that cash.
Yeah, as of right now, CJ Abrams leads the Padres in average what you talked about. He leads slugging with a 538 and on base percentage with the 871, which we talked about, and hits. So this kid already in his first big league spring training.
Because I'm on MLB app, Jorge Alfaro is batting a 353.
Not the same amount of plate appearances. Jorge Alfaro doesn't
qualify.
17.
Doesn't qualify.
All spring trainings to qualify, in my opinion, but
yeah,
one for one,
Abrams
you'd be batting 1,000. Like, that's why they don't do that.
At bats.
26 at bats.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Alfaro a little bit more?
Yeah, I was going to talk about him after. Stud, absolute stud. Been hitting great. I mean,
he's been playing great both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball.
He had 2 caught stealings today. He threw out 2 guys. Like, his arm is there. Everyone had talked about his bat and being the reason he came over, but he
has a cannon. He has a cannon. He's always had a cannon. That's why he's a catcher. I was hype on him when we first started talking about him. He's our everyday catcher, should be, especially the start of the season. Like, if he can sustain 3/4 of what he's doing now, we'll take that, obviously. But in this game, you have to get everyone on their hot streak. If he's hitting hot right now, let him play. Let that ride it out. That just makes a lot of sense to me. It's exactly what should happen. So, Nola, when it comes to your time, you need to step up. If you don't step up, sorry, buddy, you're getting traded, not playing. The business.
Same with Caratini too. We got a lot of studs at catcher this year. We're not going to be dependent on Caratini the whole time. So when he gets in, he needs to make his
True.
play the
And I mean,
best.
to start the year, or I guess not to start, but Caratini was considered one of our clutch players. You know, he was making big time hits, winning us
Mm-hmm.
games.
Mm-hmm.
So you put those guys back in those spots where they were able to succeed. Like I just think that's going to be a lot better. And catcher is probably one of the most interchangeable positions where every catcher will be getting reps no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, it just helps when you have a veteran manager who knows how to control a game like crazy. That hire is going to be one of the best things that happens to the Padres this year. And whether you're sleeping on it or not, like the change might seem like overnight and day, like night and day, but it really hasn't been. It's been since they hired him. He's been texting all these guys. He's been communicating, let him know like what the hell's going on. But
It's going to be different this year.
Yeah,
Hey, call him Bob.
I'm excited for our catchers mix. But there's some interesting things. Our pitchers do have their favorite catcher. Like I want to say that and say that loudly. Darvish was traded over here with his personal catcher, Victor Caratini.
Yeah.
And Joe Musgrove succeeded into what became his best season in the big leagues, with most of his games being caught, including his no-hitter with Victor Caratini. So I know that he's kind of like on the outskirts of our team, but two of our pitchers have had most of their like best success with one guy.
yeah,
So I want to say that because I don't want to knock Caratini because he did catch and play more games than ever in his career last year. So I want to add that. But like today, Snell pitched. He didn't pitch well, and Alfaro was catching him. Snell's best games that he pitched last year were with Austin Nola. So I don't know if that's to say that's his favorite catcher. And so there pencils him in for another start. So I know we have a lot of veteran pitchers, but they're going to have to learn like some new things. Like you had his last spring training was caught by Alfaro, and it was actually pretty well. Like he did really good.
yeah.
Or Nola. I can't remember now that I'm thinking about it. Might have been Nola, but it was not. It was not Caratini, is what I'm trying to say. And so our pitchers have to learn that hey, we got some new faces, new guys who, if Alfaro hits as well as he has in spring training, like Jenny said, like 3/4 of that, he's going to be in this lineup most of the time. Nola will find himself on the field in other aspects, and then Caratini will be the second guy who gets starts
I mean, somebody's job
on
is
off
going to be
days.
out in the whole lineup because if Alfaro is raking and you move Voit to first, Hosmer day off. Like we can't have someone playing like that. Like somebody's job's gonna be up if you are hitting, and that's how baseball always is. Um, believe it or not, if you're raking, they will find a spot for you in the lineup. Coaches do it all the time. That's the way to go. It has to be like that. You want to win games. You play this game to win, right?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And there has been some not great stats pitching wise. Like I haven't seen too many positives. Like with Clevenger the other day wasn't positive outing, but he's more of a type of guy who needs to be in that moment. He needs the game to matter. That's the type of pitcher he is. And a lot of
Yeah.
these guys like need the moments to matter, and spring training doesn't really matter.
It gets them another gear.
Yeah, it that fuels the fire.
Yeah, but
And go ahead, Chinny.
no, I'm just thinking maybe the high ERAs are maybe they changed baseballs or something. Like maybe the hitters, because I feel like the hitters are raking. Like I feel like our hitters are, and usually in spring it's the opposite. The pitchers are more dominant than the hitters. Takes hitters a while for their timing to adjust.
Well, we also didn't get a time of pitchers showing up before.
Yeah, they
Like,
get dialed in.
before pitchers and catchers reported 10 days or so early to get dialed in. This year
Yeah,
we missed that timeline,
true.
and so there hasn't been maybe enough time for pitchers to acclimate. That's why MLB allowed 28 guys for the first month on each roster. So I mean, I don't know, but there are some bright spots. Like we've seen Mackenzie Gore look
Absolutely
absolutely
on fire.
like
Like the
like
number 3 overall
dominant.
prospect.
Yes,
Yeah,
like the top prospect he once was. Like touching 99 again. His off speed's dirty. And 9 innings, he has 2 ERA with 11 Ks.
that's so fire.
Like 11 strikeouts a game is awesome to me.
Let's go.
That was like
Let's
Paddock,
go.
that his like spring training breakout year.
Yes, like we are seeing those type of stats for him right now. And maybe that's why we could talk about this trade in a minute, but they're okay with moving arms right now. They're flexible and that way because we
They're
have
looking good.
an access or like an abundance of pitching right now who are all capable major league starters.
Yeah.
So if we can move that abundance and make um an actual guy out of it, a starting left fielder.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously we can talk about the trade now, but the names that I've been hearing are Lamet, Paddock, Weathers, and even Gore I've heard his name, but I think Gore is off limits. That makes no sense to trade Gore, especially for the Bryan Reynolds. Like, are we really gonna trade for Bryan Reynolds right now?
I don't think it's gonna be Mackenzie Gore. I've read Paddock and Weathers are the two like main like two main points of the trade, and then obviously with the Pirates is who I'm talking about. Only having one catcher on their 40-man seems that when we have an abundance, they will end up sending a catcher as well. So if that will end up being Camzano, Caratini, or whatnot, but it's an interesting move because Bryan Reynolds is really good. Really good. Like he has 3 years in the bigs, excluding 2020 because 60 games. I can't really factor that in. But this man doesn't really get hurt. He is a 290 career batting average with an 860 on base plus slugging. Excuse me. He's a really good player on the worst team. So this is what scares me about this move is that we would be trading, let's say, 2 top prospects in our system and 2 pitchers that we used a lot last year
Yeah.
for an all-star last year who hits 300, 24 bombs, 90 RBIs, 35 doubles. Like it's a good trade to make, but is it worth giving up a lot of our future? That's AJ Preller's decision to make. But I think this is the bat that they need. Is it worth what we're talking about? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
scary,
don't know. It's
especially with
weird.
our bullpen getting hurt. A lot of guys going down for a little bit. I would like to see a
Rotation,
little.
Roman, rotation. We need to burn that.
Rotation is the first 5. Bullpen is the whole thing.
yes,
Right.
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
The
I'm talking
last
about the bullpen.
okay, well, we're talking 2 starters right now.
I like the depth. I need more depth in the bullpen rather than
Yes,
having one good hitter.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But we're in a need right now almost. Another bat is needed. And this leaves us flexibility because Bryan Reynolds is a pitcher or a outfielder who is in arbitration and won't cost us that much for the next couple of years while we still have the big contracts on our hands. And then we're trading pitchers who are gonna be arbitration eligible who will start making more money here very soon. So it's just one of those deals that
Business
ends up
side.
I see it being made. Honestly, the Padres have an abundance of starting pitcher like Chris Paddock. Weathers is working to be a starting pitcher. I know we used him a lot in the bullpen, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a general manager, but I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I don't want to give up Robert Hassel III at all in this deal. I don't want to give up Mackenzie Gore, CJ Abrams.
None of those.
The
The
only big prospect I'm really okay with giving up is Campazano because I don't think his talent transitions to the major leagues like a lot of people do. Yeah, he hits some nukes, but
That's about
he's
it.
one of those catchers
So
that
did say his name, Roman?
Who? Carotene?
Austin Hedges.
Oh.
But I mean, Austin Hedges had
Austin Hedges won MVP where Campisano is raking right now. Just letting you guys know.
okay, but Austin Hedges also had outstanding defense with a poor bat. Campuzano has no defense at catchers. Like, I don't want to shit on this man's name, but I really
Got to.
I'm okay with trading him. I'm not a big of fan as a lot of Padres fans and Padres Twitter are of him. And I just think he is someone that is worthy to a lot of people. Right now, we have abundance of major league capable catchers, and he's right at that line where he should be a major league player.
For
But
sure.
so far in spring, his numbers don't look good. He strikes out a lot, a couple bombs behind his name. So that always gets you hype when you hit a bomb when you're in a cold streak. But if
He's
we're going to
block
make
worthy.
that move,
This is how you have to think of it. If we acquire Bryan Reynolds and we win a World Series, those guys really don't matter. Like, if we make this move, I would need the Padres to be at least in the championship series, somewhat in like, if we can make that jump to
make the damn playoffs, that's for sure.
The playoffs, like, fine, but I don't want to make the playoffs and then get bounced in the wild card series. Like that trade does nothing. Like, we would have made the playoffs next year anyways. Like, we're getting that good.
This is a trade that feels like more like a midseason move. Because right now I'm okay with this roster, to be honest. Like, I think this roster very well compares to the Giants. And I think coaching is what was the fall off last year. I really, truly believe that. But I know when Tatis comes back, it's going to be a huge boost of energy. But until then, they're going to have to fight. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, and then at the same time, if we don't make any moves and we play with Drix and Profar, and if CJ Abrams loses the outfield, I mean, that's probably the best move he can maybe make for his young career at this point.
You think he'd be better than Profar in the outfield then?
Yeah, I think he would.
Yeah.
Just because he is fast. He can hit his cutoff, man. He plays like shortstop. Like, most shortstops have a decent arm.
Good arm, yeah.
True. Okay, so if we look at the Padres schedule, like I really haven't put eyes on it until now, like as a deep as a look, because I just gave 20 seconds. But with Tatis being out, that means he's supposed to be out for at least 2 months of the regular season, maybe 2.5, 3. So worst comes to worst, he's out until the first week of July. Worst comes to worst, this kid is
that's 3
wonders.
Months. Oh, worst comes to worst. Okay,
worst comes to worst is what I'm saying.
Okay.
We only played the Dodgers one series until the first week of July. So if we could scrap, we see Arizona, San Francisco, a lot of Cincinnati,
good,
a lot of, I see Atlanta in the middle, Dodgers once at the end of the first month, and then I see Cleveland, Miami, Chicago, Braves again, Philly, San Fran, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee again, Mets, Chicago, Coors, or Colorado, whatever. That's not that hard of competition. The best team I saw were the Giants and the Braves.
Yeah.
And the Phillies won series. Like, so
what about the Brewers? Didn't you say the Brewers?
Oh yeah, the Brewers twice. So that's a good team. That's definitely a good team. They did hurt us last year. Forgot. But those are only a couple of series though in the span of 3 months that are truly like hard teams.
Well, I mean, everyone forgets we competed last year. It's just first 3-4 months we were competing. We were like, oh, the Padres. Look at the Padres.
If Padres get to a hot start in the beginning, and this roster is well capable of it, man. It's well capable. There is only one hole in this lineup. A lot of lineups have more than one holes.
More than one holes.
More than one hole. But they're I mean, there's really only one true hole, and we have some decent guys that are going to fill that every day. So I have real good feelings about the beginning of this year and this season, like in general. I know Tatis is hurt and that hurts us, but if he could kick back in it and be going strong by the first week of July,
Yeah, I hope he
Well,
doesn't rush back
that's
too fast.
exactly
Get hurt.
why
He needs to
without
just chill.
Tatis, this learns or this teaches like the team now we can play or we can win without him. We're good without this guy. We're just even better with him. Like that's what it should teach them. That's how Bob Melvin should go approaching this is we're good now. Look how much better we are with him. We
Yeah.
can win without him. He's not the like from a fan perspective, he is the team, but from like a clubhouse baseball perspective, he's not the team.
No.
Like you have said multiple times, it's going to take 40 or 50 guys to fill a roster this year. Yeah, and that's how it should be. So I'm excited and I'm worried on if we make a move before the year starts or how it works because
I'm okay with either or.
Yeah,
I
mean,
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is legit. I would say he's pretty good. I would obviously take him on the Padres.
I just hate trading for the best player on the worst team. I absolutely hate that.
Yeah,
because he's mediocre.
Because there's every team has a good player.
WAR and like wins above replacement. He's already on a shitty team, so he doesn't have to be that good to have a high WAR.
And I feel like when you're the best player on the worst team and there's no one good around you, there's only one guy you talk about. Like everyone talks about all-stars and stuff like that. Every team gets one guy to be an all-star every year. There's one selection from every team. I know this because I was a Padre fan during some of the worst seasons and some of the worst guys got all-star votes. So I am not a fan of trading for the best player on the worst team because I've been that worst team and I've seen the best players. They're not the best players on respective teams.
Good teams, yeah.
Nice.
I mean that's how I feel. I'm sorry.
Let's blast that on Padres Twitter. They will absolutely get crushed, defeated.
Defeated.
I mean,
they're in love with this guy. They're wanting to trade Gore, Abrams, Campuzano, Paddock, everybody we have. They're like
trying to give them the whole 9 yards.
Everybody wants a perfect team on paper. Everybody wants that. This Padres team is pretty fucking built, dog. Manny Machado is a dog. Trent Grisham is a dog. Double middle fingers. Yeah. We're bringing that energy back, dog.
Gold glove defense
back. Yes. We want all of it. And then, bro, the pitching staff is going to be top tier this year. Trust me. It's going to take a lot of comeback years, but this roster is full of those type of players. Like it's full of dogs who are going to come back.
And Preller is always on the phone. I don't know who the fuck he's talking to or what he's talking about, but he's always on the phone. So he's always talking to someone or something about
booking concert tickets.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to make a move. He's rarely made the unexpected move. I feel like he's always kind of make an expected move.
No. The Clevenger deal was not expected at all.
Okay, but maybe not expected, but
was not expected at all. Like
the Nola deal's bit us in the ass. I think that deal's terrible.
That thing bit us in the ass.
I think this is the year where that turns around. That narrative.
I seriously don't think so.
I hope so.
But if you look at the guys we acquired, like you could see how we were targeting them. Like they were in a perfect kind of fit for us. So that's why I think it is expected. I see that as Mike Clevenger just got in trouble with COVID protocols. We need a pitcher. Boom. They don't like him anymore. They literally suspended for a whole month. For fucking what?
Become the Padres. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm expecting real big things from Clev this year, and I'm okay if it takes time to get going.
We need some
I
sunshine.
I
in
need some
Padres.
sunshine in my life. I got a sunburn this
Absolutely.
weekend.
Yeah, me too.
I love the sunshine.
Bro, people don't realize that winning is contagious.
Yes.
Yes.
Makes everyone feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone.
Yes.
You can have guys who are absolute shitty, aka Eric Hosmer, aka Will Myers. If you're winning, who gives a fuck? Like,
Who
why
gives a
why
fuck?
why does it matter if they sucking? Like, if we're winning, that really does takes away all the problems. So I'm excited to see this team play. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be a good time in San Diego. Slam Diego. We're bringing it back. Slam Diego. Double middle finger energy. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Slam Diego is back.
Slam Diego Padres.
It's always good talking to you guys, the Average Takes Nation. Average
sir.
takes. Nothing wrong with being average.
Go Padres.
Go Padres. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out all socials. We're there.
Oh.
All of them. And we out, dog. Thanks for listening.
And it's just like that.
Go